Fast forward a few years to 1919. Again, the title of the article, News Items Gathered Expressly for the Independent. Decoration Day passed off in a halo of glory for Ireton. There were several reasons for this, and the plans and purposes as proposed passed off without a slip or a hitch. I think that's the first tongue twister. Plans and purposes proposed and passed. The committee that had the arrangements in charge, with Mr. Tall Alan Black at the head, worked like beavers to have as much comfort and pleasure as was possible for the hundreds that gathered. We're past the 150 group now. A platform which was protected from the elements on top and 3 sides was provided, and the guests who had any part in the exercises of the afternoon were given a place here. Facing this, seats for a large number were placed. In fact, the ones in charge supposed that nearly enough seating capacity for the crowd expected was in place, but they'd not figured on such an immense throng. Never in its history was the beautiful city of the dead in such presentable array as on this occasion. Flowers by the loads were taken out early in the day, or the day before, and hardly a grave was to be seen without these harbingers of springtime, which had been placed there by loving hands, and the graves of our soldier dead not only had floral tributes, but the stars and the stripes, the flag they'd all followed, fought and bled for, was in evidence also. Standing off in an eminent place was the Soldiers' Monument, completely draped from top to bottom, which was at the appointed time, not too soon, not too late, loosened and stood in the sunlight the day of the beautiful statue, and its glimmer and grandeur was before the gathered throng received with proud acclamation. It kind of goes on and on. Mr. Alan Black is mentioned again. They talk about the Rainbow Division having a place of honor, the Odd Fellows, all already marching to the cemetery. Musical numbers were by the band in different GAR, the Grand Army of the Republic, or the Legion. And here little Mildred Wells, daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Frank Wells, nicely undid the folds which draped the monument, and while the band played the Star-Spangled Banner, the many hundreds of auditors standing in the expectancy came to review the beauties of this piece of artistic work, which is to commemorate the deeds of our soldiers. It goes on to say a little bit more about the program, but I thought I found this quite interesting. After the exercises were over, the local WRC, or the Women's Relief Corps, served coffee, buns, and donuts to its soldiers and visitors. Listen to this. The day was sultry and windy, and things were sometimes a little disagreeable, just like today. But the weatherman held off with the downpour until late at night, when Jupiter Pluvius simply did things which brought the smiles that won't rub off to the tillers of the land. I don't know where Jupiter was today. He's sleeping on the job. He was supposed to show up tonight at midnight, and he messed this whole thing up. Everything has been again quieted down in our little city of the dead, and all is as before, except that the sentinel stands there keeping watch while the sleepers sleep on. I've asked Will to sing the Battle Hymn of the Republic. This is new for this young'un. So if you all know the first verse of the Battle Hymn of the Republic, this is your opportunity to sing with Will and I. I'll give him the mic. I'll hold the words. Here we go. What pitch shall we pick? Let's pick a low one.
Mine eyes have seen the glory of the coming of the Lord. He is trampling out the vintage where the grapes of wrath are stored. He has loosed the faithful lightning of his terrible
statue in the middle of the cemetery, keeping watch while the sleepers sleep on. However, we fast forward 3 more years to June 9, 1921. Title of the article in the newspaper this time is "Looks Like Vandalism." On Decoration Day, it was discovered that someone had taken a shot at the soldiers' monument in the Ireton cemetery with a rifle or revolver. Biddy, was that you? The life-size figure of the soldier on guard had apparently been the target of some marksman bent on mischief or downright vandalism. The bullet struck the figure on the left breast and left an ugly mark. Whether it was the work of some mischievous boy, Will, or the willful act of some depraved adult, will never be known. Memorial Day in Ireton continues to this day. That's all she wrote.